What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Europa Universalis 4 with our Imperialist Russian campaign. We just finished up our 4th war with the Ottomans, or at least probably our 5th or 6th war, but it was our 4th Imperialist war, and obviously we gave a bunch of provinces to Oman. We secured most of this valley, and we obviously took a bunch of mountainous terrain all around the Ottomans. So one of my biggest priorities this episode is basically to remove a lot of these forts and basically just secure a lot of this perimeter. So let's go ahead, let the game tick on by. I am going to actually mothball all of our forts right now. We have 49. And the idea is I'm going to actually build some fortresses rather than having some castles and bastions. And I get those are going to be more expensive, so I don't know if we're really going to save money. But basically, it'll look a lot nicer. And it might even be harder for the enemy to take over very, very easily. So let's go ahead and start dismantling. See, we already have some level 8 forts, so maybe we will save money. And so I'm going to destroy most of these. And let's go ahead and just verify right now. Ultimately, if we activated everything, all of our fort maintenance, I wonder if it'll tell us, is 78 ducats a month. That is ridiculous. So let's go ahead. If we mothball these, it is now going to be half price. But we are going to disband and destroy a lot of these castles that we really don't use. I'll probably keep one in Constantinople. I might even make this even bigger into a fortress. And any type of, like, continental divide is probably where, like a choke point, is probably where I will keep a lot of my forts. Let's go ahead and destroy this castle. We are obviously coring all of our new lands, all of our territories. It's so nice to clean up this mess. Like, oh my goodness. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, but it's going to be nice. We're not going to save all 78 ducats a month, but we are going to save a substantial amount, probably around 40 ducats, or at least I hope so. We obviously are disbanding all of these forts. The one in Hormuz will stay. Probably some of these will stay as well. On the eastern frontier, they are going to protect us against Ming, though they are very daunting themselves. Destroying some buildings, destroying some bastions. Right now, we have gone from... That doesn't make sense. We have gone from 49 castles all the way down to 27. Another thing that I'm planning on doing is obviously using all of this money to build up a lot of workshops, to build up a lot of trade depots and stock exchanges. And the idea is ultimately we are going to be making some investments, but ultimately we're going to try to get the Baltic node to be the most powerful node in the region. Now, I don't know how possible that will be. And let's actually glance right now. Looking at our trade map mode, we have 77% trade power in the Baltic Sea. So let's begin collecting trade power from the person inside Samarkand. And what we're going to do... Actually, whoops. I did that wrong. Let's go ahead and actually trade and protect trade inside the Baltic. We are going to lose... No, we're actually going to make 24 ducats in profit. So let's go ahead and verify that. We have 18 ships that can go on down. And one thing that we probably need to do... There goes 10 loyalty, sadly enough. One thing that we probably need to do in 30 days... We obviously need to make this into our main trading port. Click here to move your main trading port to the Baltic rather than Novgorod. So now we're making roughly 57 ducats. Not nearly as much as I was hoping for. I wonder if we can improve this in any way. Let's go ahead and also improve the amount of great frigates protecting this area from 20 all the way to 50. Let's go ahead and also build up some stock exchanges. I guess one in Memel. We already have a lot. We already have one in Danzig. We have one in Riga. Not really a lot of other places that we can really improve. And it's not worth me spending 300 gold for 5.5 trade power when that I could easily do that with 2 ships. So what we're going to do is basically go ahead and improve our ship investment. And I hate to say this, but we'll probably even go to 100. Because this is going to be our main trading node, and I need as many ships as possible. Now that we have 16k, let's build a few fortresses. I can't build one in Kolberg. Yes, I can. Let's improve the military power and see what we can do. I wonder, can Memel... Yep, they've already got a stock exchange, so that was the reason why. I wonder, though. Looking at the stock exchange, I saw it was yellow, and that obviously means there was not enough room. But let's look at these fortresses. We are now going to build one in Kolberg. This is a woods province in Starnberg. I want to build one here, because I believe it's mountains and hills. But I am going to destroy this regimental camp to accomplish my goal. We are building a lot of forts. This is going to cost us 4 ducats a month. I don't know if this is grassland, and I don't like that. This is grassland. This is a mountain. Let's build a fort here, inside this mountain. So ultimately, they still can't pass. These are going to be grasslands pretty much all around. Nothing we can do about that. And Zagreb is a level 8 fort. So here is our line of protection. Let's disband a bunch of these. We don't really need them by any means because they're costing us a lot of coin. And ultimately, up in Scandinavia, I will probably improve both of those castles very, very soon. Looking at these, they can't actually go through us. So if we have a fortress in the woods, and in the woods, they would obviously take a lot of damage if we were to be attacked. And so now that I have my stalwart, I guess my bulwark of defense, what I am going to do is still disband a few other castles. I'll probably keep a lot of these. Maybe I'll just refocus on this defense as well. You know, I do understand it'll take a couple days. Let's actually upgrade this into a fort. And we are looking for any type of mountainous range. So I guess this will be a perfect spot. This is wasteland, so they will have to go through Kalat. This is Row. They would have to siege this down. This can ultimately be improved by getting us to 10 development. And let's go ahead and build us a fortress. This is a mountainous province, so let's build up a fortress. This is not mountains, but that doesn't mean we can't build one. This is mountains, and this is mountains, so I might even build 2 here. So 1 and 2. Okay, so I have used so much money. I am really curious as to... This is probably going to be 40 coin, just building up all of those areas. And now that our units are basically making their way back home, we are going to slowly but surely reduce our army maintenance, and I guess build up a lot of these workshops. So in Moscow, these are so cheap, roughly 86 coin, and we are getting a significant bonus. So I think we're going to spend as many as we can, probably all the way down to 0.9. And then it really doesn't become worth it anymore. Looking at and building up some churches, we could easily do the same thing, but rather than production, it'll be taxation. And right now, we are really making 341 coin, and I'd really like to see the difference in a couple months. Obviously, we're building up a lot of our navy to get more trade in the Baltic. I will probably actually declare war on Scandinavia. They only really have Pomerania as an ally. So I guess that'll be one of my last wars. I would love to declare on Silesia, but I don't want to fight Austria and all of their allies. I'd have to fight Spain. It's not worth it. But I would love to remove them. Let's actually take some units up. We have 50 units defending. They are the strongest galleys we have. And so now all of these units are going to make their way up to Europe. We are going to probably deal with some rebels, but nothing that we haven't dealt with before. Let's improve our relations with Spain. I could get an alliance. I don't know if I want that. France surprisingly likes me. So let's improve relations. What about Great Britain? They don't like me, but that doesn't mean we can't improve relations. Let's look at our vassals. We have 3. We have Venice, Oman, and Cyprus. Obviously, Cyprus needs to be annexed, but I don't really think I should waste a lot of prestige to placate local rulers. You are going to swing on over. There went all of our prestige. We are going to swing on over and try to protect as much as we can. Gaining 1 inflation is not great. Minting more coins, having a little bit of a problem here. Let's actually take our entire navy, swing you in, and these units can cancel their mission, protect the node of Constantinople. Surprisingly enough, it says we're going to lose trade value, which I don't like. What if we moved to Crimea? We would make a profit, so I think we're going to do that instead. These are trade ships. They aren't... That doesn't make sense. They're protecting Constantinople, when instead they should be protecting Crimea for another profit. So we have 4 in total rather than 2. These units are all moving, or at least are trying to. We are making a lot of our coin back. We can now make new states, though we don't necessarily have the administrative power to accomplish that goal. Let's go ahead and make a lot of these Christian, or at least Orthodox, once again. I'm really happy with all of our territorial conquests. I don't know if I actually ever built forts in these areas. I wonder if I could find out. Oh, no, because we were waiting on decoring our province. We see a small revolt inside Tunisia. Our king finally died, which is amazing news, though we had an average heir. An average claim for the throne, I should say. You're gonna... Actually, these units could go here. And we need to deal with these rebels down in Venice. We're making 117 coin every single turn. And I'm really excited to see once all of these workshops are done. I mean, like I said, we're making 335 ducats. Imagine how much more money we're gonna make. Probably another 20 gold a month. Just from all of these workshops. And the reason why we built workshops is because they improve production, and then they improve the trade value in some of these regions. So let's go ahead and swing you on down. I think 18 units could easily defeat 26. I don't know, and I'm not sure that I really want to try it. But if we get attacked, we could easily defend ourselves fairly easily. We have a lot of galleys. We are dealing with some rebels. But it shouldn't be that much of a deal. Let's bring you down to Mentesi. You are going to go here. And ultimately, what we're doing right now is we're waiting on our administrative power. And I kind of want to go to I want to have one more war before we actually end this campaign, but I just don't know against who. We obviously have a massive rebel problem. That needs to be dealt with right now. I'm wondering, it's because of our legitimacy. I'm wondering, should I switch on over? Can I improve stability? I could. We are going to have a lot of rebels, like at a ridiculous amount. And it's because we have 114.5% overextension. We didn't used to have that much. We had significantly less. So these units are going to come down. I'm wondering if these units should even move. Probably not. Because we're going to have to deal with these rebels sooner rather than later. You're going to come up, and we are still waiting on these boats that I have no idea where they are. There they are. Another minor inconvenience, but nothing that we can't handle. You're going to swing down. You're going to start sieging down this province. Looks like Venice brought 3,000 to assist. And there are still going to be some unrests and some rebellions inside the province of Venetian Egypt. And like I said, I'll probably actually vassalize or take over bits and pieces of Scandinavia. I don't know if that's really what I want to do, but ultimately, you know, I've probably got one more war left in me before the campaign ends, and I think 1822. Let's go ahead and get a very I'm making so much money, I need more diplomatic power, so let's get improved relations. All of our diplomats will start to work more efficiently. And surprisingly enough, Portugal is sieging down Tunisia. So they took advantage of that situation. Let's destroy these rebels, giving you a leader. I was right. All of my leaders did die, though I'm not sure if it was worth, you know, losing a little bit of military power. Yikes, we have some rebels, and it's going to be a problem. Probably a pretty big problem. Another minor inconvenience, but all of our cores will be done sometime soon. Still making a lot of money. Like I said, we had roughly 336 ducats, 334. So our money is improving, and I'm guessing it's because of our trade value, everything like that. There is no way we are going to be able to defeat these 67 with that few. Let's go ahead and throw in a leader. I'm hoping these guys can escape. Another minor inconvenience. But I should be able to deal with these threats. I have a lot of manpower. I have a lot of coin. So I don't know if it'll be a real big deal. Though this is a lot of rebels. And I would ultimately love to have a different icon right now. But I wonder, let's get the superior ship design. And ultimately, we're probably even going to try to get somebody from the clergy that deals with unrest. Do we have any actual war exhaustion? Not really. Could I improve the stability? Not really. But let's switch over to the unrest theologian. So a lot of these should go away. And it looks like they did, but not as much as I had liked. Alright, these units are going to die. And then we will deal with those 65. And once a lot of these cores are done as well, it should not be much of a big deal. I'm wondering why this is so high, though. Like, I mean, it's probably the, you know, this, what's the word? Minor issues that come up, all of those 15 unrest. But I didn't think it would be that substantial. 77,000 should crush the 64. That's what I was looking for. Separatist sentiment. I'm guessing that's why it's so much of an issue. We are essentially growing too far, too fast, is what the game is trying to tell us. And obviously this legitimacy is a bit of an issue. It says discontent. I don't know why. -1. Is it something in here? Not that I can see. So I suppose I won't worry about it. You're gonna go there, you're gonna go there. Still gonna be dealing with a lot of rebels, supposedly down in these provinces. And I wonder, we could actually move most of them down, and then you can reconquer that. I don't really see too many other rebels. All of our cores are almost finished. Let's actually go to speed 4. And all of our new admin are probably going to go into our states. I ultimately would like to improve these Christian areas. Let's do that. Though, sadly enough, let's find Adana. Which I guess is actually here. I knew where that was. What we're going to do is, this is obviously a very high developmental province. So what we're going to do is probably build a basilica and then start to basically try to remove the Sunni faith from this area. So all of you are now going to swing on over once again, and because this is where I'm guessing most of the rebels will come from. Send them whatever they need, and I would love to basically get America back on over to Orthodox. Excuse me. Our truce with Switzerland is ended. Another separatist sentiment, but very... Oh, man, these are everywhere. You know, ultimately, these will go away. I might even need... now we need better whips. So all of this stability is dropping substantially, but there goes a lot of our cores. We will no longer ever get separatist sentiment, which is amazing. But even if we look at these separatists, though, it's just kind of frustrating. I don't really want to improve the autonomy, but I certainly could. So let's look at our actual money. We were making 334, now we're making 374. And I just want to glance, how much money is inside the Baltic trade node? Only 36. Not much. We had roughly... Oh! We are... That's why 19 ducats is going to the north. That needs to change. We don't have we have a merchant here that should be here. Transfer trade power. We're looking for the one who isn't anywhere. Probably this man. Okay, so now let's go ahead and invest in army technology. We have a lot of military power, so that needs to change. And we have 54.3 ducats, and we're gaining 87% of all of that. So we ultimately are making around 23 more gold a month, I think. I don't know for sure, but it should be an improvement. I heard the rebel noise. I don't see any rebels. They're probably way over here. No. Where are these rebels? Are they inside Cyprus? No. Are they inside Venice? No. I have no idea where those rebels are, but we still are going to be dealing with a few in Poland. Maybe I could send up some units. Probably going to need 3 of them. Looking at Venice, are both of these areas fine? Not yet. But these 3 areas are. Rebels have been successful, but where? Where are these rebels that I do not see? I literally have no idea where these rebels are. Ah, all the way down in this island that I probably will never be able to get to unless I build a fleet. Let's build that fleet. And it says I have maximum military power, so that needs to change. This is going to take 714 days to construct, but maybe it'll be done fairly soon. Let's actually look at a bunch of our grains provinces near these areas. Do I see anything that produces or resembles grassland? Yes, I do. So let's go ahead and construct ourselves a training field. It's going to improve the military power by 100%, or technically 250. So what we're going to do is boost as much military power in here as possible. Let's go ahead and improve the development. Oh my goodness. The production and the administration by 1 and 1. So then we're going to keep boosting this until this gets to 20. And now we can ultimately improve this. It was by 250, and now it is 2,500. So that's obviously a lot more land. So I am happy about that. So that'll continue to grow. Moscow could probably get ourselves... We already have a training field, so we don't need any more. We still have a lot of coin I would like to utilize. I don't know the best way to do that. These 9 people in Yemen are going to be a big deal. And hopefully they... Oh, they're not even mine, but they are moving to Bella, which I don't know where that is. Let's go ahead and get the Patriarch Authority. Could we actually remove a lot of this unrest? Not really. And I hate to do this, but we might even just improve the autonomy, so then I would never have to deal with these. And I think that's what I'm going to do. All of our fortresses are almost complete, and one of my next goals is to basically annex Cyprus. I have no idea if that's possible, but might as well improve relations with our vassal. Same thing with Venice. Let's improve relations. We have 147. We could improve it by 96 more. All of these ships can basically be destroyed. And we have roughly 100 vessels protecting trade in the Baltic. So I'm guessing we're going to be losing some trade power, but that's fine. We have a revolt in Bahrain. Might not be such a good idea for them to revolt, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get the land maintenance modifier. And now we are making a lot of military power and supposedly saving money. Let's continue to basically improve some of these provinces. Let's go with this. Let's actually look around Moscow. Do we have any other grasslands? Yes, we do. This one had 16, so let's boost this military power up to 20. And let's go ahead and construct a training field. So we're going to get 1,312 additional troops. Let's throw in a lot of military power here. And let's go ahead and build up a training field for 1,312 units. And all we're really doing is basically trying to improve the development of a lot of these areas. Maybe bring them up to 10. And now we can get even more, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess manpower, but we don't need it. One of my biggest goals is to improve the workshops in a lot of these areas. Like 0.59 in Constantinople, absolutely. What about workshops, though? I don't know if that was a workshop. I think that was taxation. No, it was a workshop. Let's build up some taxation in a lot of areas. Get everything up to 0.1, which is, I guess, a lot. So here are all of our new forts. We went from paying 79 gold to 57. But we still really aren't done with our fort maintenance. Are we about to attack 19,000 without a leader? Yes, we are. But our ships are nowhere near being done, so I guess we can't really sail them over. I would like to declare war on the Ottomans again. Don't know how feasible that'll be. But I guess we are going to also go ahead and end this episode. So thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.